Your product isn't failing because it's ugly. It's failing because it's confusing. People leave a website or delete an app not because the colors are wrong, but because they can't figure out what to do next. They get stuck, they feel frustrated, and then they leave. This is a common problem. We often think a beautiful design is a good design, but if people can't use it, it doesn't matter how pretty it is. The real goal is to make things obvious. When a user doesn't have to think about how to use your product, you've won. Human-centered design is a simple idea. It means you start with the people who will use your product. You don't start with technology or features. You start by understanding real human beings. Who are they? What are they trying to accomplish? What gets in their way? The foundation. Planning research that gets answers. Good research starts with a good plan. A plan without a clear goal is just a waste of time. Before you do anything else, you must ask one question. What decision are we trying to make? Your research must help someone make a better choice. Maybe the team is deciding what feature to build next, or perhaps you need to know why so many people are abandoning the shopping cart. If your research doesn't connect to a real decision, it won't have any impact. It will become a report that sits on a shelf. Once you have a goal, you can define your objectives. Think of these as the specific questions you need to answer. For example, if your goal is to improve the checkout process, your questions might be, what information are users looking for on the payment page? Where do users hesitate before clicking buy? These questions guide your entire study. They help you choose the right methods. To learn why people hesitate, you might use interviews. To learn how many people hesitate, you might use a survey. A good plan matches the question to the method. A simple one-page plan is all you need. Listening in. How to conduct interviews and surveys. Interviews are where you learn the why behind user actions. This is your chance to hear real stories from real people. An interview is not a test. It's a conversation. Your goal is to make the person feel comfortable. Start with easy warm-up questions. Ask about their day. Gently guide the conversation toward the topic you're studying. Ask them to tell you about the last time they used the product. Open-ended questions are your best tool. Questions that start with, tell me about. Questions that start with, walk me through. The key, listen more than you talk. Avoid asking leading questions like, was that feature easy to use? Instead, ask something neutral like, how was that experience for you? When you hear something interesting, dig deeper. Use simple probes like, can you tell me more about that? Or, what were you thinking at that moment? Interview do's and don'ts. The 5 whys technique is also useful. If a user says they found something confusing, ask why. Then ask why again. That helps get to the root cause, not just the symptom. While interviews give you depth, surveys give you scale. A survey can help you understand how widespread a problem is. It helps you answer the how many question. After interviews, surveys, you will have a lot of data. Notes, quotes, survey results. This pile of information can feel overwhelming. Your next job is to find the patterns. This process is called synthesis. Visual, raw data, sticky notes, grouped themes, insight statements. A simple way to start is with affinity mapping. Write down individual observations, quotes on separate sticky notes. Then, group the notes that feel related. As you group them, give each cluster a name. These clusters will become your main themes. For example, you might find a group of notes all related to confusion about shipping costs. From these themes, you can create powerful insight statements. An insight is more than just an observation. It explains what matters and why. A good insight statement has 3 parts: the observation, the cause, the consequence. For example, users are abandoning their carts because the shipping costs are shown too late in the process, which makes them feel surprised and misled. If people can't find something in your product, it might as well not exist. This is a problem of information architecture, or IA. IA is how you organize and label content so people can find what they are looking for. Think about the navigation on a website, the tabs in an app. Is it clear where to go to change your password? To find customer support? Good IA matches how people think. It uses a clear hierarchy labels that make sense to your users, not just your internal team. You can quickly evaluate a product's IA. Look at the navigation menus. Are the labels clear and distinct? Do they use words your users would use? Perform a simple tree test. Write down a task, e.g., find the return policy. Ask someone to click through the navigation structure to find it, without seeing the actual screens. This shows if labels and organizations stand on their own. Bad IA is a major source of confusion. Fixing it can dramatically improve usability. You can find many usability problems without a full test. Use simple principles called heuristics, rules of thumb for good design. Heuristic. Clarity. Is the screen's purpose obvious? A usability test is where you watch people try to use your product. It's the single best way to see if your design actually works. This is not about getting opinions. It is about watching behavior. The setup is simple. You give a participant a specific task to complete. You do not give them instructions on how to do it. For example, you might say, imagine you want to buy a gift for a friend. Show me how you would do that on this website. Then, you watch. The most important part of a usability test is to ask the participant to think aloud. You want to hear what's going through their mind as they navigate the screens. What are they looking at? What do they expect to happen when they click something? What are they confused about? Your job is to be a quiet observer. Do not help them or correct them. If they get stuck, that's not their fault. It's a problem with the design. And that is exactly what you are here to find. You don't need to test with dozens of people. Research shows that you will find most of the major usability problems by testing with just 5 users. After the 5th person, you start seeing the same issues over and over again. Your research is worthless if it doesn't lead to change. The final step is to share what you've learned in a way that persuades people to act. A long, detailed report is not the answer. No one has time to read it. Instead, create a short, focused presentation. Your goal is to tell a compelling story. Start with the problem. Show the evidence. Make a clear recommendation. And finally, explain the impact of making that change. Keep it simple and direct. Your report should be built around your key findings. For each finding, present the evidence that supports it. Interview quotes video clips from usability tests. A short clip of a user struggling is more convincing than any graph or chart. For each problem, offer a clear recommendation for how to fix it. Prioritize your recommendations. Start with the most severe problems that are easiest to fix. These are your quick wins. Your final capstone project deliverable brings everything together. You will create a portfolio-ready case study. This will be an 8 to 12 slide presentation that tells the story of your research. It will start with your research objective. It will introduce your persona. It will introduce your journey map.